And welcome to hybrid training hack number 9. Going to be demonstrating some upper body rotational patterns in this video. Going to be demonstrating with a kettlebell, with a medicine ball, and then a cable machine. So this is very important for any kind of sport where you're having to control your arm movements, like in a sprint or running, because a lot of that horizontal force, if not controlled, can kind of spill out and decrease your efficiency when producing power. So as well as the thoracic spine being really required to rotate throughout the day, it does become important to train this as a functional pattern. So the first one is going to be a kettlebell rotation demonstration. Oftentimes you see kettlebell swings being purely sagittal plane, forward and backward, but I find there's good benefit from mixing it up and exposing your spine to different types of loading in the transverse plane as well. So I'm going to go under a leg, take a step back, and load up that opposite shoulder like you see in the video. I'm going to do multiple repetitions here. Takes a little bit to get used to the momentum of the pattern, where your arms and legs and hips and shoulders and hands should be simultaneously, but this is a really good one to lock in here over time. If you don't have a kettlebell, a good rotational pattern is with a medicine ball, doing what's called a Russian twist. You can have your feet up in the air to make it more challenging, or you can have your feet down like I prefer in the video. You're going to try to tap on either side of the hip for multiple repetitions or for a set duration of time like 30 seconds. Something that can challenge yourself there. Finally, if you have a cable machine or access to that, you can find a Palloff press or Palloff rotation as another exercise combination to train the obliques, train the external rotators as well of the hips and shoulders. I like having my inside hand being the dominant hand holding the handle, with my outer hand being the assistance, coming from chest level all the way out and resisting that cable from pulling me back inwards toward the machine. Athletic stance, slightly wider than shoulder width is fine. And then the second variation is an active Palloff rotation, loading up that hip into internal rotation and then moving it into external rotation relative to the opposite side. And I'm talking about my right leg here. Good for cricket, good for hockey, hashtag Go Kings Go, good for baseball, all kinds of sports that have that rotational arm swing in their main patterns. You can also drop it down, lower the weight as well to more isolate a singular arm in a plank position essentially. So that's another variation of a rotation where you're getting some closed chain stabilization in a plank, pulling through under the body with one of your arms, and then coming to parallel. Yeah, and the first time I filmed this with the video audio, the cable machine was making a lot of noise, so definitely glad I'm doing the post-production audio for you here, and you can thank me later for that. This will be the last exercise that you can try for building your own training plan with a emphasis on the rotational component. So thanks again for listening. Good luck in your own training and give it a shot. Peace.